rules, and without objection, the reading of the amendment is dispensed with. Dr. Miller-Meeks, you're recognized for 5 minutes in support of your amendment.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I greatly appreciate you including my bill, H.R. 5529, the Veterans Justice Outreach Improvement Act, on the agenda for today's markup. My bill would make a number of improvements to the Department of Veterans Affairs Veterans Justice Outreach Program. The Veterans Justice Outreach Program works by identifying so-called justice-involved veterans, those who are in jail or who have been charged with an offense that is working its way through the court system, and offering them support and assistance accessing VA care, benefits, and services. Justice-involved veterans are at an increased risk of becoming homeless, suffering from a mental health condition, and dying from suicide more so than other veterans. These are men and women who have served their country and our country, and their current legal troubles may be the result of or worsened by their service-connected conditions or the time they have spent in uniform. The Veterans Justice Outreach Program throws them a much-needed lifeline, and in coordination with veterans treatment courts across the country can help them avoid jail time altogether, have a reduced sentence, and or get them healthy and back on their feet after their debt to society has been paid. However, the Government Accountability Office recently found serious deficiencies in VA's management of the Veterans Justice Outreach Program, the hiring and training of Veterans Justice Outreach specialists, and the identification of justice-involved veterans. As is often the case, sadly, those deficiencies were greater for rural communities where we know we have a significant proportion of veterans reside. My bill would correct the problems that the GAO identified with the Veterans Justice Outreach Program, help better serve justice-involved veterans in rural or underserved communities that are located far from VA medical center campuses, and improve outreach and communication to justice-involved veterans, stakeholders in veteran and criminal justice communities, and Congress on veterans justice outreach and VA's involvement with Veterans Treatment Court. This bill is supported by the Veterans of Foreign War, the Disabled American Veterans, the American Legion, the Student Veterans of America, and the Association of VA Psychological Leaders. I appreciate their support. I also want to give a special shout out to Veterans of Foreign War, Student Veterans of America, Student Veteran Fellow Eric Sowers, whose hard work on Veterans Treatment Courts contributed greatly to this bill. Eric is a fellow veteran, and I am grateful for his advocacy and leadership on this issue. The amendment in the nature of a substitute that I'm offering this afternoon strengthens the underlying bill by incorporating technical assistance from GAO based on their recent work and feedback from Chairman Takano's staff, our Senate colleagues, and other stakeholders. I am proud to support this important bill and amendment today. I hope that all of my committee colleagues from both sides of the aisle will join me. Thank you, and with that, I yield back.
Well, thank you, Dr. Miller-Meeks. I do urge my colleagues to support your amendment in the nature of substitute to H.R. 5529, the Veterans Justice Outreach Improvement Act. Some of you may not know a lot about this program, but VA has about 400 specialists who work with jails and municipal courts to identify and assess the needs of arrested or incarcerated veterans with the goal of connecting those veterans to VA healthcare services. Many of these veterans are not aware that they are eligible for VA healthcare. I think this is a very important program at VA, and one that needs increased attention, evaluation, and resources.